Hallstatt, Austria. This small village is nestled into a stunning landscape of mountain and lake scenery, and truly looks like something out of a movie. Hallstatt is home to only 800 residents, but somewhere between 10,000 to 30,000 tourists visit every single day. So we wanted to find out for ourselves, is Hallstatt overrated? Like any tourist hotspot, there are pros and cons to the rise in popularity. It has become an incredibly popular tourist destination, so much so that the town has begun to limit the amount of buses that are allowed to enter per day. The first thing we did when we arrived was made our way over to the Funicular Tram that takes you up to the Skywalk. This viewing platform is relatively new, and it allows you to take in the entire landscape all at once.
I can't believe how fast these things are. It's a little scarier when you see it from that side. So the one thing about coming to Hallstatt is you're never going to be able to predict the weather. It rains up in the mountains very often on. So even if it says in the beginning of the day that it's going to be fine, you still might see some rain. Luckily, as soon as we got here, the rain pretty much stopped. It's drizzling a little bit, but it was pouring on the way up and it is completely opened up. The sun is out, so really got a lucky break there. I think that's a big thing with coming to Hallstatt is first the crowds and then second the weather. There's a lot of unpredictability and it just is what it is. Make sure you don't let that distract you too much from how beautiful it is. So the corner platform of the Hallstatt Skywalk, where you can actually look out where it's protruding, they actually have a line here, and usually people kind of just go, it's all free form. So I really respect the fact that people are just kind of, it's like a self-made line, and you can get right up to the front and take a picture. So a big thing I wanted to focus on coming to Hallstatt today is just to kind of see, is it overrated? Is it a tourist trap? Or is this something you should absolutely do in Austria? And I really think that when you hear that talk of, oh my God, it's so touristic, it's really overrated, it's not worth the trip, I think that comes from people that probably came right on a weekend, right at the busiest time. And I can imagine, you know, if the weather's nice too, like if you can't move around people, if you can't even really walk, this might not be the greatest thing. If you have to wait 2 hours in line for the photo op there, I can see how that would affect your experience. But we got really fortunate coming here on a Monday afternoon. The rain probably helped because it looked like it was going to be a really rainy day. it ended up being a lot nicer. So I think it really all comes down to planning and timing, but I absolutely think it's worth it. This is a stunning view around this little town that sits on the lake and all of the mountains that encapsulate the scene. It's a truly, truly beautiful place, and I can see why it's so popular. I think that's another thing too, is that people like to be kind of contrarian. Like, everyone loves coming to Hallstatt, so people probably say, yeah, everyone goes there. It's not as good as they say, but it is. There's a reason everyone comes here. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's okay to admit that, even if you want to be a contrarian. We are so happy that we got the sun to come out a little bit. The clouds are still kind of covering the top of the mountains, but it honestly looks really cool with the fog and everything rolling down the sides of the mountains. We even got really lucky with the rainbow that came right down onto the town when we were up at the photo op, and you couldn't really see it that much on the video, which I'm a little disappointed about, but seeing it with our own eyes was pretty cool. Hallstatt is about an hour-and-a-half trip from Salzburg, so it would definitely be a lot easier to do from Salzburg than Vienna, but this is absolutely worth it, and don't let the haters get you down, because you should come to Hallstatt.
Hallstatt is extremely walkable. In fact, there are no cars in the actual town itself. All traffic is routed behind Hallstatt through a tunnel. The thing that really makes this place special is the surroundings. The village is embraced by beautiful water and towering mountains in every direction.
The main square of the town of Hallstatt is absolutely amazing. Although the view on the top is probably the highlight, you can't miss this either.
Hallstatt became an extremely popular destination among East Asian tourists after it was featured in a South Korean television show in 2006. Actually, popular is an understatement. Hallstatt became such a phenomenon that there was actually a full-size replica built in the Guangdong province of China. A visit to Hallstatt does not take long. We were able to see everything in about 3 hours. This definitely affirmed my suspicions that a day trip from Munich or Vienna would definitely not be worth it. Salzburg is the way to go, especially since it's a cool city in itself. We spent the rest of the day exploring the old town of Salzburg. The highlight was the tour of the castle, which provides a fantastic view of Salzburg and the Salzach River. The Marco Feingold Bridge is another worthwhile stop, and it's a perfect place to catch the sunset. All in all, I would say that Hallstatt is definitely worth your time if you're in the area. Would I need to go more than once? Probably not, but the scenery was mesmerizing, and well worth the 1-hour drive from Salzburg. If possible, it's probably better to visit on a weekday. Avoiding peak tourism months goes a long way as well. If you are a travel enthusiast and you love the charm of small European towns, Hallstatt cannot be missed. Thank you so much for watching the video and checking out our channel. If you are interested in travel related content, definitely give us a like and subscribe.